Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Critique Corner, and I'm Enrique. I haven't done one of these in a while. I don't know why. I think the big reason is because I have to kind of create a different setup for it. I have to kind of do the automatic, use Camtasia and record it and convert it and things like that. So I guess it's kind of a hassle sometimes. So I have a lot to critique, and well, actually, let me tell you what the segment is because I haven't done it so long. Basically, this is a segment where I just kind of give my honest opinion and critique to anybody out there watching. I don't know everything, right? I've been drawn for many, decent amount of years, so I do know something. This is just my opinion and my impression of whatever you send in, and that's kind of all it is, really. Just an honest opinion. Send it if you want. If you don't, you don't have to. If you do send it into this email address. It is Omega Man 20 at, wow, I messed that up. Sorry, hold on. OmegaMan20 at gmail.com. I am so sorry about that. OmegaMan20 at gmail.com. Send it there and actually title it Critique Corner. Actually, I got quite a few in the can here. Like, I got a few to critique. So what I'm going to do is next video, I'm probably going to critique like 3 at a time or something like that, like all within the same, same critique session. Anyways, all right, so let's get to it. This one's from Joe. Don't know any more information about you, Joe. I'm sorry. So let me, and also this is my first time I've seen this, really. I mean, I kind of saw it, obviously, to save it, like, to my file, but I haven't really, thought it over. My first impression is good job, obviously. You're doing good. You can tell what it is. It's Wolverine, and he's standing in front of a globe, right? I guess the world. And I don't know what this is colored in. I'm gonna guess this is maybe some sort of form of marker, maybe? Maybe? I want to say marker, but I don't know. It was inked. You can tell it's inked and then markered. So let me quickly not think about. I want to kind of talk about the structure of this. Structure is pretty good. You get the head. Let me see what stands out. Let me see. 1 second. Boom. Boom. What color would stand out with this? Maybe white. White and right here. All right. So you got the head. You got the rib cage. You got the sweep of the spine there. You got the pelvis. Got the arm. Everything's pretty good. I would say just structurally it seems pretty good. It's just a couple of little things seem a little wonky, and I'll talk about it. I think his leg could swoop in a little bit more. If you look at that, let me see this. This this muscle right here. I forget what it's called. It's underneath the leg though. I think it's going a little too low. See, this is like what I mean by I have to like nitpick, because I'm not totally. It's really. I mean, there's nothing majorly wrong with this, so I have to nitpick. So that's the next step. I nitpick. I would say, yeah, maybe pull that up a little bit. It was just a little bit too low. It looks strange. It looked like another. I think because also the way it's colored too. It looks. I know it's underneath, right? It should be in shadow, but it looks like a separate chunk. Do you know what I'm talking about? It looks like he's got a separate things attached to his leg instead of it being a part of his leg. I feel like that makes it look a little bit better. And maybe this line is a little too. I think this black line's a little too thick as well. Maybe thin that up a little bit to make it look like a part of it. Uh, and this line, look at this line right here. It's kind of there out of nowhere. Try to make it connect to something. 1 second. I'm gonna pull color. Maybe make it connect to there or wherever it attaches. I don't know. Or maybe make it fade off a little. It looks a little strange. It just looks like a straight up line right there. It doesn't look like it's actually a muscle, if you know what I'm saying. It looks more like. Do you see how that makes a tiny bit better? It doesn't look like it's connecting to anything. It just looks like a stripe on him. I might even take it out completely, to be honest. You know, the anatomy is a little. It's good enough. It's passable right here. I mean, there's definitely some stuff up, little tiny stuff. Everything's like small changes what I'm making. I think this muscle right there is huge. It's too. It's that black part of it is just way too crazy. See that? Yeah, that makes it a little bit better. Let's So it's just a couple of wonky things right here. I would even make this. See, if you look at his leg right here, I mean, I know that can be stylistic. I would make that a smudge bigger. Like a smudge bigger. It kind of looks like he's emaciated in his leg on his shin. You know, what's that called? The calf area. Just make it a little bit thicker so it looks like it can really support his body, the weight of his body. See, little tiny, tiny changes, you know, making. It's really not much. See, really tiny changes. See, right there, I feel like it's too skinny. Right here, it gives it, like, you know, some, like he can hold himself up. Let's go into his arm a little bit here. I want to say I would maybe make the bicep come in a little bit more. I think the bicep's a little too long. I usually make the bicep that come around here, around the elbow, which it kind of was already. So I think I was stretching down a little bit too much. I would make it. And then I think you might be forgetting the brachialis. I mean, what I usually do, this is all decision making, right? This is all opinion based, but I would maybe throw brachialis over here. Maybe something like that, because I feel like the brachialis, it makes the arm, let me pull it off, see this without it? Without it, see, it kind of doesn't connect. I feel like it's a little bit segmented. You know, at the elbow area, it looks a little segmented. I feel if I throw the brachialis in there, it kind of merges them. They kind of connects them a little bit more. Obviously, I'm not like cleaning this stuff up. I'm just kind of marking it there, you know. You know, just to kind of give you an idea. I would also say on the anatomy of his shoulder, it looks a little like, see, I see. Let me try some here. I see a ball right here. Let me do this with black, I guess. I see a ball right there and another kind of segment right there, but I don't see it connecting. Like they got to lock into each other, kind of like a chain. You know, a chain will lock into each other. So what I like to do is I would throw the I would make the deltoid kind of flow into it a little more. See what I mean by little changes? Look at this deltoid. Deltoid's over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to make that flow a little bit more into the arm itself so it connects a little bit more. And then also, remember these things are all connecting, right? Kind of at a certain point of the arm. So that would change these striations over here. Remember, they're all connecting to this point, or at least around there. I might even round him out more because the arm would be, you know, all bulky because he's a tough dude. He works out. You know, I'm not cleaning that up, but do you know what I'm saying? See how this kind of looks like they're just kind of lines drawn on there, and it looks a little odd. I like to make it connect. You know, this is without looking at photo reference. You know, like I guess a good idea would be to look at a photo reference of an arm and see how those striations pull around. And I remember I used to find it so laborsome, right, to look at photo reference. It would bug me, you know. But I mean, it is something, you know, to do really. It's you know, if you want that extra oomph, you know, it's a good idea to look at photo reference. Same thing goes with a tricep. Tricep looks a little bit too much like a triangle, which it kind of can in some areas. It definitely can. But I think for this angle, I would maybe pull it up a tiny bit more. I want it to connect, so I might pull that up a tiny bit, and I'll round this out just a little bit there. Just slightly. You know, we're talking about one thing I remember they used to tell me a lot was there's differences between like really sharp angles, right, and then like kind of mechanical, and then there's you know, they kind of make these turns kind of in skin. And let me talk about it. I mean, sometimes if you watch stuff like Aeon Flux, stuff like that, right, they're gonna be super angular. But I mean, I don't mean angular as in right. That's like a strong angle. But then there's stuff like that can also be a really, you know, that can be very angular too. But think about it, right? that is a really subtle difference. You know, one looks like Pac-Man's mouth, and one is slightly round. And it's weird how these little tiny changes really do make a difference in the total picture. Um, it's weird how that is. I don't know why. I don't know. I was trying to get rid of that. It's just strange. Just kind of keep that in mind, though, that anything, like, things are so subtle, you know? Like, so, like, if you're having trouble on something, remember that it could be just a subtle change. Uh, I think this shadow's a little too big right here. I might, again, it's just like, for my opinion, I think it's a little bit too big. The shadow, I want to clean that up a little. Going up the arm, I guess you're right. You got to put where it detaches, but I might even just take that out. That's like a choice thing, you know. That's a again total kind of style thing. You know what I mean? You're just like, I don't feel like putting that, you know, or you know, I could put that in. It depends how you draw it, but I don't feel like it. So that's kind of me. I just don't feel like it. I think his chest could be bigger, just in general. I mean, it depends, I guess, where this is from or where you know, or if you know what kind of shape Wolverine is in at that time. But usually his chest is pretty big, superhero chest. Even if he's pulling back like that, he's pulling his arm backwards, you could tell, right? Yeah, I guess it depends. Oops. I don't know what's going on there. I cannot get that correct. Anyways, forget that area. I don't know. This is my opinion. Chest could be a little bigger. I think this, especially this, his right side of his chest, so that'd be our left. I think that's really small. I think that could be way bigger. You know, no matter what position he's in, I think that could be all the way down here. I could move that down. I mean, I'm doing it with the pattern of his outfit, but I think that could be way bigger. Maybe put like an indication over here because it's all black, right? You're not really gonna see the turning of the chest. So maybe throw like some sort of reflected. I don't even know what color to make it, to be honest. Something reflected over here to maybe make the chest turn, or maybe you not even do that. You don't. Maybe you just don't have to do it. Just do that. Leave it black. I would maybe do something like that. I like his leg over here. Let's look under his bicep. His leg, that does make a lot of sense. I might even throw in. No, that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too black, this area. I mean, I'm aware he's in shadow. I just don't know if that black fits, really. I know you're putting black everywhere, right? Because it is an inking. I mean, the inking part of it. Maybe throw some black over here. See, okay, now let's look at this real quick. Back to the leg. Sorry, I'm going back to old stuff, but... Okay, the leg... I would either... Okay, do you see the color and the value of this? So, right here... I would see a kind of like lighter value than I would than here. I would actually make that one darker. Looks weird because I'm using digital and I didn't use what you used. Or I would make this bottom part a little bit lighter. But I would make those two. I would make these two right here match in value. I would do that to make it look like one entire leg, right? I think that's why it's looking so separated. But I would make those two match in value. I'm not going to do that because I don't think it looks right in digital the way I'm fixing it up. And I'm telling you about nitpicking. Sorry, I'm nitpicking. His one eye looks a little bit too high. This one over here on the right, I would actually move his eye more like a little bit. It's kind of misaligned, I feel. Let's look at his eye both ways. See that? Try to see. A lot of stuff is just evening stuff out, really. I mean, overall, like, it's obviously a great job. I mean, you clearly know how to draw really well. You know how to color pretty well, too. I think a lot of it is just structural things. His arm over here also looks like it looks... I like the way you're foreshortening that a lot. But it also kind of looks like it could be a tiny arm. I think I don't know quite... I'm not really sure quite what to do. It either looks like it's bending... See how like the top portion of his arm is going backwards, and then the lower portion of his arm is coming forward, right? Like he's about to attack. Or I can't tell if it's all going backwards. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I can't not tell, and that's not a good thing. So just be careful about that. That'd be one thing to really watch out for. But I would fix that maybe by, and that's funny how I said you got to make sure it looks like one. It looks a little bit too much like one. I would break this. I would try to break this into two somehow. I'm not really sure because I'm not really sure what you're going for, and I don't want to make assumptions of what you were going for. But I'll just tell you verbally. Uh, Try to make that more clear. I just feel like it's a little foggy. I would actually maybe make the form more clear or. Oh, okay. I think this is coming forward because his hand is coming forward. Sorry about that. So if that's the case, let me tell you this. So I think I know what you're trying to do. I think. So I think what it is the first one I said. The top portion of the arm is going away, right? And then the lower portion is the arm is being bent forward. So you're getting this hand coming at us, right? So you got this and then this. If that's the case, and I think it is, make the glove. Okay, let me talk about this real quick. Sorry this is going so long, guys, but I feel like it's important. When something is coming at you, let's take just the lower part of the arm. That's coming at you, right? So the cylinder of just the forearm, right, to the elbow, let's say this is the elbow. If he has a glove on like he does, the glove would wrap over this cylinder and it would be wrapping this direction. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It'll wrap over the tube of the arm. You have it kind of going like the other way. You have it, I just feel like you need to turn the glove so that it's facing this way. If that makes sense. I'm just trying to do that real fast and get that in there. Oops. Sorry, that's my messenger. And that's going to be really hard because you have to figure stuff out here in the elbow and things like that. I feel like I'd have to change too much here. But I would say that one rule, though. One second. See how... One second. Do you see how the glove, it just doesn't make sense because it just looks strange. You shouldn't put it this way. The glove should be this way. It should be wrapping around the cylinder because it's on the forearm. Let me turn that back on again. Do you see that? Anyways, that's about it. This whole thing was, like nitpicking like crazy. It's all super, super subtle changes. Really, really subtle stuff. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like you can barely tell, really. It's just a lot of little subtle things that usually honestly it's almost like for other artists. I feel because usually other artists will like, pick it out. But at the same time, you want to. It does kind of, some people will, kind of tell. But great job. I think you're really on track. I think it's really good. Keep it going, and that's about it. If anybody else wants to, sorry this one went so long, guys. I'm really sorry. It's because I was really, kind of trying to dig into this. Like I thought it would help. If it did help, please like this video. If you like what's going on my channel, please share some videos. That helps a lot. We just share them on Facebook. That's super helpful. You have no idea. It seems like a small gesture, right? But it's such a helpful thing. Just pick some random video and share it. And if you guys want to send in, I'll remind you real quick. You can send into omegaman20@gmail.com. And I will see you guys next time.